How would you say that your argument has been presented in an unbiased way? And also, how do you draw the line between just valuing life, but also valuing quality of life and minimizing suffering, since some of the decisions of pro-life lead to lives in which there's an increased chance of suffering?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have that. You never know when you conceive another human being what that person's chance of suffering will be. I mean, one, I think we need to understand that we all will suffer in our life. Some of us will suffer more than others. Some of us will have physical suffering. Some of us will have emotional suffering. Some of us will have, both. I don't actually think. I think it's actually pretty sad when I hear an argument in favor of abortion, and I understand because it's a compassion. The stance is trying to be compassionate. Of someone's going to suffer, and I don't want that person to suffer. Therefore, I think abortion should be legal. I think that's a pretty extreme position to take, because I think we should do everything we can to minimize human suffering, but I don't think the solution can ever be killing another human being. I think that's very, it has a message of despair, where I have hope and things will go wrong and people will suffer, but I hope that we can do better. I hope that that person who may be raised in a terrible foster home, or that person who might be abused, or that person who will have some sort of great physical suffering, I have hope that they won't always be like that, that they can get out of that circumstance. They can rise above it if it's poverty, right? Or they can escape the abuser. I don't have despair. I think when you're talking about maximizing happiness, I'm really glad you brought that up, because I actually think that comes up a lot. It's not actually said and presented the way you said it, but it's actually an undercurrent we hear a lot in the pro-life movement, this notion of happiness, right? Of 93% of all abortions are committed not because there's an adverse prenatal diagnosis, sexual assault, or life of murder. 93% are for reasons other than that, and it's really about putting self above another. And I think we need to have a different conversation in our country about what maximizing happiness really is.